Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the only podcast in India where we bring a new founder on every episode to talk about their journey and their story of building a startup. And today we have with us Senthil Kumar Hariram, who is the founder of FTA Global, which stands for Fire the Agency, which is a marketing agency, but a different kind of marketing agency. And we will talk about that and more. But before that, would like to welcome Senthil. Hi, Senthil. Welcome to ELI.
Hi, Priya. Thanks for having me in your podcast.
To start with, Senthil, can you tell a little bit about yourself, your journey so far, all your 18 years of experience to set the context for our audience? And then we will discuss about the different interesting things that you are doing.
Absolutely, Priya. So, beyond 18 years, since my probably the 11th grade onwards, I've been helping my dad for his printing business. Over there, I learned designs, commercial designing, and stuff. I've been probably you can say moonlighting since the grade 11. From that's where I first got my first computer from the earnings, and I started focusing on it. And then for the college days, also without knowing it as SEO, we've been trying. I'm not from a fancy college. I'm from a tier 2 college in Chennai, engineering college in Chennai. So at that time, we used to. I didn't know it was SEO at the moment, but I used to pitch to my principal that we can get our website ranked for top mechanical engineering. I'm part of the mechanical engineering department. So we used to optimize our website without knowing it as SEO. So we used to submit the website on a lot of places about the colleges and stuff. Funny enough, whatever people are doing now, we tried almost like 23 years back, like putting top 10 colleges in Chennai for mechanical engineering. We used to create such blogs. There used to be a lot of free blogging websites, Blogger and few others. We used to put a lot of content out there and do. So post that, I was pretty much attracted towards buying a Honda car, but I didn't have money, so I joined a Honda dealership to sell the cars. That's when I learned the art of customer service and the way Honda presents their cars. Even the hub, the H logo should be all same. So the kind of customer experience they tend to give. I was selling Honda Civic and CRV. So they used to, the kind of customers who come there, they already own a car. So I was trained on how to handle premium customers and stuff. And then I got a bit bored, and then I went back, into trying to get a real kind of a career beyond sales, and that's how I got into Indian software and then into HCL Technologies. HCL Technologies is my MBA actually, because most of the people whom I work with, they're all IAMs, and I was the youngest guy in the team. So we used to do a lot of digital marketing. That's where I really started the SEO as a core, to understand there is something called SEO. And then I connected back to looking at, oh, this is what we've been doing during our college days. Because at that time, financial crisis hit during 2008. So HCL, one of the VPs of marketing at that time, Krishnan Chatterjee, he sent a mail to the entire marketing department asking for ideas. Like how from a marketing landscape do you guys think a new, and at that time only Twitter and Facebook, they were all getting popular as a platform to generate leads. So at that time, I was quite interested in SEO. I did a full course, and it's a completely learned by self. And then I pitched the idea, saying that when we search for digital transformation or IT services, Infosys, TCS are coming, HCL was not coming, we should optimize and stuff. And they got very interested, and I should definitely, appreciate him to give that opportunity to me. At that time, getting a laptop for a junior is a big thing. During that time, we're all working in desktops. Within an hour of sending that mail, I got a laptop in my desk, and he called me, and they mentioned, Senthil, you deep dive on it and present me what you just mentioned in the mail, and you come to Delhi. That was my first flight experience. That was my first laptop experience. So why I'm saying this specifically is you need that opportunities sometimes, and you need to capitalize on those opportunities. So I got that opportunity. I don't know even if Krishna Chatterjee remembers this, but I remember it because that first experience and then going and presenting to them, it worked out well. And after that, it's been fully on SEO. At that time, I used to follow a lot of people like Grant Fishkin. They used to give a lot of information. So it's a lot of learning. And also, it's like a lot of spam was also happening in the industry, unfortunately. Because at that time, if you simply build backlinks, you will rank high. That's it. So and people started gaming it, and people started copying other people's content, the plagiarism. And that's when two major updates hit, the Panda and Penguin updates during 2012-13. At that time, it turned the game completely. So the all the spammy tactics started reducing, and that is when Google also started understanding. Previously, it was more ranking websites based on keywords. But after that, what happened was Google was trying to understand meaning of a particular group of words, right? And then they were trying to rank the websites, which is the context setting. So context understanding, they call it the Hummingbird, where they really understand the meanings of sentences and then ranking the website. So that's when I went in, and then I joined. I worked few agencies, and then I started creating my own product. The product was about, it creates a content based on a YouTube video. And at that time, these AI things were not that much available, like ChatGPT and this. I'm talking about 2014-15. So that product, we were able to sell to about 3,000 customers nearly. And then it's like a WordPress plugin. So I made some good money out of it, and then I sold it off to one content production company. They acquired it completely, and it's an Australian company. And post that, I tried multiple things like trading and a lot of other things. As an entrepreneur, suddenly when you get good money, you want to double, triple the money, and obviously you'll fall into the trap. So for almost like a 6 months, I was going deep into option trading, this and that. I was fastly the money was losing. As you know, 90% traders lose money. So that's when I realized that's not my, I really want control, right? I don't want to put it in somebody else's control and my money keeps running. So that's when I went back to the agency world. And ever since then, I've been into agencies, like from 2016 till now. It's been fully on agencies only. And yeah, post that, I mean, during the pre-COVID time, we started with Neil Patel Digital. There was a partnership that was created. So I co-founded the company in India along with my CEO then, and we grew the company from zero to literally $5 million ARR company with almost like 170, 180 people, that range. And then, yeah, due to a leadership change, I had to move out, and then I wanted to start on my own. That's how Fire Agency FTA came in, because the name itself will ring, a lot of people will ask. In fact, some people used to ask, Senthil, how can you survive with this name, Fire the Agency? Because that is something looks negative. But I said, don't look at the negative. Fire is never negative. Fire can also create, or it can also destroy. So you need to have fire in everything, right? Fire is like two things, both positive and negative, but we want to look into the positive thing. So why would you fire somebody, right? You fire somebody when you don't get that value exchange between you, as simple as that. So if I give you some value in this podcast, people will listen. Otherwise, they are going to turn off, right? So if they are going to turn off, that means they are firing me. That means I haven't given the value they were seeking for. So we get fired quite a lot in our lives, right? And but end of something is start of something new, because learnings always keep happening. So during my stint at NPD, one thing was common, is that people come in with very high expectation. And the kind of entrepreneurs that I worked with, they came in with a big belief that if you work with a big brand, they are sorted, they are safe, kind of a thing. But then within a few months, if they don't get the returns, then immediately they leave. And it so happened that we closed almost like 700 deals over a 5-6 year period. When I left, almost it was more than 700 deals, but hardly there were like 140 clients were there. That's it. So while I was transitioning out of it, I was just questioning. See, we've been working hard, speaking to a lot of entrepreneurs. Why these people didn't stick to the company, to the agency, right? And most of the time, what happened was just like circling back to the car sales, which I told you, most of the premium
Premium
segment buyers,
segment.
they already have another car. So they just come in to buy a luxury car. I mean, Honda Civic may not be a luxury if you think, but still at that time it was the one of those luxury cars available. So
Mhm.
looking at that, when entrepreneurs come to the agency, they would have already worked with some other agency. They didn't get the result, so they come to this agency as the last resort because it is from a big
Right.
man name and a lot of things will be there. So they come in with high expectation. While the sales is not setting expectation, but people already set expectation before even they come to speak to the agency. So what happens is typically the sales team was mostly transacting. They were not actually selling a solution. Rather, people want to do business, they come and they convert. But then that's when we
Mhm.
realize that what people want, what agencies are offering is completely not matched because agency is going after profitability.
Mhm.
Just like you, if I'm speaking to you, you deserve my full, I mean, I deserve your full attention, you also deserve my full attention, right?
Right.
uh, Imagine a scenario where I'm speaking to you right now, and on the sidelines I'm typing something with somebody, and then on this
Mhm.
side I'm doing something. This is typically what happens in the agency because people in the agencies are distracted a lot because
Right.
they want to see, imagine, and also probably some of the problem is also on the customer side because they don't pay enough. They want to pay low, but they think they need to get they are getting a good bargain. But this
Mhm.
is a people's, it's a service, it's not a product where you can negotiate, reduce the money, you can fine tune in the in the server cost or something. This is people, and these people need salaries, and
Right.
everybody get more salaries they are at to. And if you don't pay them well, they are anyways going to be poached by bigger brands on the
Mhm.
brand side. So agency is an ecosystem where it is always under pressure to hire and keep really good talent. And the
Mhm.
problem is this talent after 4 years, 5 years, they want to move to brand side. That's the reality. No
Okay.
matter how great you have a culture, lot of things, people want to move away from agency because agencies pressure people by loading with a lot of clients and stuff. So the
Mhm.
moment that happens, what people believe is that they are just waiting to leave to join a brand so that peacefully they can work. So I
Mhm.
listed out all the problems, both from client expectation, from people, why they are leaving the company, why they this thing. Because everywhere, one thing which was common, people are firing a company, a customer is firing a company, this and that. Everywhere this came, and that's when we zeroed in on, okay, what if we create a company? So basically, people don't need agencies. Frankly speaking, brands don't need agency. The reason being, it's not difficult for somebody to hire a paid marketing person or a SEO person. I mean, brands are not, they are sharp. They know the salary of a
Mhm.
SEO person, they know the salary of a paid. But beyond that, why they need is that they need expertise. They don't want somebody to sit and do a mundane work, which they can do, hire and do full time within their company. Why a company wants to hire agency is for they have a problem, they want somebody to come with a solution, and also mostly hiring an expert. That's all. They just want an expert to come and solve their problem. And there will be some scalability issue also. Suddenly they want to do a lot of content. You cannot just like that hire and fire people in a brand. So, but it's easier to fire an agency. So they get an agency on board, get the work done, and then it gets dropped. So we understood all these things. Then with my team, I sat, and when I was informing my team on that D-Day when we are launching the company tomorrow, I was telling them the name of the company is Fire Agency, and the team was also shocked. They were saying whether how will the thing filled up. Then we told them, see, we are not an agency. We are going to sell systems to the companies, marketing systems. So basically, the companies get a full-fledged marketing operating system, be it the tools needed, the people needed, everything needed for a marketing. Imagine that in a subscription. That's it. No long contracts, nothing. Say for
Mhm.
example, this month you need now it's Diwali month, so a lot of people may need a lot of help in creatives, paid campaign, and all those things. So in this month we will allocate dedicated people on paid. Then during January or February, after Valentine's Day, usually the thing dips, right, until May month. So during that time, certain things, so like that, giving flexibility to companies and then creating it. So that's when we plan this out. So yeah, so far it's been going good. on this. Yeah, it's a
Got
long
it.
answer. Maybe you may do to
Uh,
do a lot of edits, I think.
I was surprised to see, like, I was looking through your LinkedIn, company's LinkedIn page, and I could see about 60 odd employees. That's quite a massive workforce that you have created within, let's say, I don't know, if you
five
started this
months.
year, right?
5 months, yeah.
Wow. Uh, Now, let's talk about the core expertise of yours, which is SEO. I mean, you have done SEO for quite a long time, right from your college days. You have seen the SEO evolve, like you were mentioning the different Google algorithms,
Yeah.
Hummingbirds, etc. Uh, I think we have arrived at a stage where some people are saying SEO is dead. Do you really believe
Yeah.
SEO is dead? Because number one, Google and other search engines are very good at detecting somebody who is trying to hack the system, trying to. SEO is basically, hacking the search engine to display a particular link or a particular website higher than other websites. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You are the expert in that. But I think Google and other search engines have understood how what are the tricks played in the game, and they try to penalize people who are trying to do that. And that's how some people are saying SEO is dead. How true is that?
No, actually, this is exactly the problem that we are dealing with. Because SEO is not hacking, actually. Unfortunately, you remember I said back in the day when you stuff a lot of keywords, build backlinks, immediately you rank. So the word SEO itself created a wrong kind of thing in the industry. I mean, some people may hate me saying that, but actually, SEO is wrong. Why? While I'll tell you, right? uh, Optimization, you optimize something which is already built, right? You
Hmm.
don't optimize and then build. You build first and then you optimize it, right? Now, unfortunately, because it was called search engine optimization, so people looked at SEO as something as an afterthought. A website completed, everything done, then hand over to SEO, he will do the magic. Unfortunately, this particular problem has been happening since ages. So probably the senior people or people who initial the early adopters, at that time it was optimization because they have to add a bunch of keywords, links. That's all. That's what SEO was looking for. Until 2006, that definition was fine, right?
Hmm.
But ever since Google evolved with the latest algorithms and all those things, the moment Google started moving away from word to word matching, rather understanding the meaning of the word, that point itself SEO was dead, right? It moved into a phenomena where we are no longer optimizing, but we are engineering the way. That's the reason in FTA we are calling it as search engineering.
Hmm.
Because as an engineer, what you do, right? You build stuff and you build stuff safely with the necessary tolerance and stuff. That's exactly what a search should have been long back, and it is already long back. Unfortunately, people couldn't understand that. Now, cutting to that, when you're engineering your way, be it creating content or identifying, say, for example, a podcast like this, where if
Mhm.
I'm giving a solution, I'm giving my answer to some of your questions, your audience are listening to it, they see some value out of it. Now if you are blogging about this conversation, this is a very high quality conversation, because I'm not using chat gpt, or I'm not taking note or something. Whatever question, I'm just sharing my experience to you. This
Right.
is like from the experience I'm sharing this, right, information.
Mhm.
This when your listener is learning or something, and then it takes, they take value from this conversation.
Right.
Same only Google is also expecting. Google is expecting somebody with an authority, with an experience, expertise, to
Hmm.
talk something about a topic, so that it can rank something, so that when somebody is searching about, let's say, about search engineering, somebody with a 18-year experience saying something versus a 1 year experienced who simply uses ChatGPT gives an answer. So the trust always becomes a thing. Say, for example, a 1 year old coming to you, Priya, and he's telling, in my experience, SEO is dead, means, would you believe that person? Right? His experience itself is 1 year. How much he would have seen, he or she would have seen, right, in the
Hmm.
experience. So that is what Google was trying to crack. So that's why we are calling it as search engineering, and organizing things. And yes, optimization is also part of engineering, because if you look at any engineering, they will build, they'll optimize, and then the interior design, everything gets done and delivered. That's exactly what search engineering is all about. Yeah.
Got it. Uh, you spoke about Google. I think for a long time, SEO was about Google only. So you are not optimizing for search. You were just optimizing for Google and other
Yeah.
Google platforms like YouTube. Or
Bing, DuckDuckGo, or others. Yeah.
so,
Hmm.
I mean, Bing and other search engines were very small, very less
Yeah.
traffic. All probably all SEO agencies, what they do is they just copy paste the same thing to Bing. I mean, whatever they're doing at Google, they just
Yeah.
replicate that. But these days, new search engines have come, like the Comet browser. Then there
Yeah.
is DuckDuckGo. People who are searching for, who are searching within Chat GPTs or Geminis or Anthropics of the
Yeah.
world. So these are the new search engines of the world.
Yeah.
Voice search has come. People are searching from Alexa and so on. So the game is evolving.
Yeah.
What is happening to SEO?
Yeah. So actually, this is where the connecting the dot to the previous answer. So like I said, SEO word was already dead in 2008, 10, or until probably they lived until 2011, 12. But the moment the major updates, Panda, Penguin updates happened, after that itself, it was never about optimization. It was always about engineering visibility to the Google search engine. How we engineer visibility is through putting across knowledgeable content, expert level content, and distributing that content on other places. This naturally got visibility. Now the newer AI bots like these, ChatGPT or others. Now what they're doing is ChatGPT by itself is not a search engine. It works based on probability, word to word probability only, right?
Mhm.
Now within ChatGPT, if you ask a question based on their training data, it's going to answer. If you ask it what is SEO, without a flip, it's going to say SEO is search engine optimization, blah blah blah. But the moment you say ask the question, which is the best search engine optimization company in Bangalore or Mumbai or whatever, then it does something called a live search, which is we call it as RAG.
Mm.
So what it does is it gets into live and it searches. Now there only there are certain things. Initially they said it is using Bing for the live search, but nowadays we have enough evidences to see that they are literally scrapping Google search results, right?
Mm.
And so much so that Google has to remove something called num equal to 100. There is one thing where Google will allow you to scrape 100 results in one instant. They
Mm.
had to stop it. Now you can only do 10 in one instance. So
Right.
such a level of scrapping started happening. So even then, what happens is the top 10, even now, if it is top 10 results, then basically it is SEO. If you're there in the top 10, you get a chance to get featured in ChatGPT. And same happens to the AI mode, the AI summaries, which you see on Google itself. Almost 70% of the answers that you see in that AI summary, it comes from the results, the top 5 to 10 results only. So the fundamental hasn't changed, but the way they have been portraying is what has changed. So it includes the visibility layer of it. So being and how you increase visibility is being present on all the important layers. One of the layer being the forums these days, like Reddit, Quora, and all. So much so that Reddit about 3 4 years ago, it was very easy to answer on Reddit, but
Right.
now you go and try it. Everybody's selling now it as a service, but they don't even know how difficult it has become. It has become the next Wikipedia, where the moderation level have grown high, because obviously the moment everybody knows Reddit is being pulled, everybody's going to invest on Reddit this thing, and they started spamming there as well. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say if you are on Reddit you will get a chance, but there is enough evidence that we can see a lot of queries where they are picking it from listicles, from Reddit, Quora, those kind of user generated conversations. They are picking the content from. So yeah.
Mhm. Got it. You spoke about scraping. I think that's a very interesting thing. It's a outcome of AI. AI has made it very easy for developers to create tools for scraping, and AI
Yeah.
engines themselves are scraping the Google and other
Yeah.
engines. And for that, the search engines are taking measures to make it difficult to scrape the captchas, the Nowadays you will not see the emails displayed on the search results, and like you mentioned, maximum 10 results you can see per
Results.
page.
Yeah.
uh, but I have a feeling that the search engine has also become a little dumb. Like, if I compare it to kind of results I was getting for a search about a 3 years back or so, I think it was better. I was getting the intended search results. Like, let's say I was
Yeah.
searching for a particular thing on a search engine, I could get the exact links which I was searching for. Nowadays, it feels biased. It feels like it's not taking me to the right places. It is happening on YouTube as well. So I'm not finding the right videos and all. I don't know what is the exact reason, but do you think just because the Google or other search engines trying to restrict the SEO efforts or maybe restrict scraping, is it making the search engines dumb?
I definitely agree to you, Priya. Actually, I myself have been a victim a lot of times on seeing poor results on Google. See, unfortunately, I would blame this on Google themselves. What Google used to be a more proactive company, they have become a reactive company ever since ChatGPT came in. Because Google was all, they are the monopoly, right? They were never challenged by anybody. There are a lot of people who claimed to create search engine, but it was a failure, right? It was all Google. Number one is Google, next is YouTube, and then comes your Amazon and all, and then Bings and stuff. But I think the problem started specifically after ChatGPT, while when they started scraping on one side, and second thing is during the COVID period, when a lot of COVID related stuff that people had a lot of time, they started spamming and health issues. People are trying to take advantage of it. So Google had to take certain measures in a very very quicker way, right? Because there are a lot of lawsuits were also being made on Google. So what typically happened was Google started giving more priority to brands in the search results, and that's why you may have noticed that some of the brands, the problem with the brands is they see, compared to a startup which wants to own the space, they put a lot of good quality content, they go very deep and they explain everything. Now, an entrepreneur would have done it. That's the reason D2C brands are surviving, right? Imagine Amazon is there. Why still entrepreneurs are creating a brand trying to sell their own shoes or t-shirts and stuff? It's because they have the niche capability. They know how to market to the audience. They have Instagram, they have all these places. They have confidence to
Mhm.
go and sell on that. Now the same, you compare this content that an entrepreneur has created about a shoe, because he's passionate about shoes, he's created a very good site. If you compare it to Amazon, this site will be miles apart in terms of providing such depth of information, but still
Yes.
Amazon will rank for you because of the
Yeah.
brand authority and stuff. This is the reason why you may get a feeling that if you are searching for something, why you are getting a result which is not that great, is because it's being biased towards bigger brands.
Got it. Now coming to how founders should approach SEO. So I think in my experience, I did SEO for couple of years, and I have sort of create immense value for founders who were bootstrapped, did not have enough money to spend on marketing. So the only thing they could do at that point of time was to do SEO only. I remember a time when I was working for this company called Wetport, and I did such a good SEO that their company was ranking on top three on Google for many years. And
All.
I was measuring, it was generating about $40,000 worth of traffic.
Mm.
And these are very high intent traffic, people who are searching for their products. So that's the kind of impact SEO can do to founders to early stage ventures. What
Yeah.
would you say on that?
Yeah, so I think Priya, 5 years back it was the case, but now the thing is, the entrepreneurs or the new founders, new age founders, they shouldn't approach SEO as a free traffic channel, because if you're starting new, I'm specifically talking about starting new, um, because you need to build a lot of brand authority and a lot of content, high quality content, a lot of effort is involved. And with that effort, if you're a founder who is already capable of doing SEO on your own, if you get into that route, then your other entrepreneur duties like the
Mm.
fulfillment and all the other things may go for a toss. So obviously you need to build a team. Now the team is also going to cost you. The second thing is the team themselves, if they are going to say that we need to build a lot of backlinks and stuff, 90% in the industry you have to pay to get the things, which is the unfortunate thing. So there again a cost is involved. And then from a content perspective, yes, you can get a cheap content writer, but the quality will be low. So if you are getting a really good expert, then they will obviously charge you like that. And then there are the other nuances as well, the technical perspective. The website should be properly optimized. So you need to approach this as a proper investment versus ROI. Say for example, uh, an ideal budget could be 2 lakh to 3 lakh a month. If that sounds scary to you, 2 lakh to 3 lakh per month for a 12-month period, consistent, without any deviation, like an SIP, let's say for example. But if it scares you, then I would highly recommend not to play the game. Rather, you focus on building communities first, on Instagram and others, and you approach this tactic as building a community tactic rather than expecting sales from it immediately. Because the moment you do that, you are going to get devalued. So a lot of successful brands have done that before, where they initially they create a blog, they go very deep into it, a lot of people subscribe, and it keeps building big, and then eventually they convert into a brand. Right now in blog sphere it is difficult because most of the topics you're going to do, people are going to chat on ChatGPT and they're going to get the answer. So the fastest way for you to do is to identify platforms like YouTube or other places, build your own community, micro community, and then create a website and populate all these links to those websites and create the authority for the first year, and then naturally you will be start ranking. However, there are easier wins like low hanging fruits, like a very long tail keyword like a red churidar under 10,000 in something. So those kind of long tailers may be easier, but folks like Misho and a lot of other brands, Mintra, everybody has also tapped into those long tails. No matter you type whatever keyword, now they will have a page in their website. So obviously, like a green shirt under 1,000 rupees, there will be a page. So those long tails are also taken up by the bigger ones. So the newer entrant should not be too much wasting time on SEO. Rather, they can invest on community building and all those things, and then advertisements, and try to get your community at least have like 1,000 people, right?
Mm.
Why I insist on that is the moment you have 1,000 people, tomorrow if you create a blog also, you can distribute to these 1,000 people, so they will know, they will come and read. The moment that traffic happens, naturally it gives a signal to Google that this blog is famous, so naturally this blog will get attraction, and this will save you a lot of money in the long run compared to starting right on day one. I really I've seen a lot of people wasting money like that. So what happens is sometimes the traffic goes up and then it goes down. The recovery is very, very difficult. Why?
Mhm.
Because the community support is not there. So rather, I would suggest first you get the money and then reinvest into SEO rather than first investing in SEO and then others. SEO should be probably the second or third layer that you invest, unless, but one thing is that you at least get a good content person who is
Mhm.
dedicated for you, so that over the sidelines they can keep populating those very helpful content and all. And again, don't start with blog writing, rather the focus on the product pages and the category pages. That is where your customer is going to spend time. I don't think people are going to look at your top 10 list on your blog, which is a new website, and then make a decision, right? People are not that dumb. 10 years back, adoption was slow. Now
Mhm.
everybody have phones. In villages, I've seen people using phone. They're all part of WhatsApp group. They access YouTube in the local language they are checking. So we need to be realistic here rather than following a template like I'll do 10 blogs per month, I'll build 20 backlinks a month, and then I'll rank here. So that model is gone actually.
Mm. Got it. So what I gather from here is like you are saying SEO, let's say let's assume that your company is a vehicle and SEO earlier it used to at zero speed, right? Right when you were starting. Now it
Yeah.
is probably at a 20 speed, or you are on a third gear, then only SEO will
Then
start.
only you start other, because it's becoming easier. See, previously you need to depend on expert. Now people are pumping out content from ChatGPT,
Hmm.
right? So in because of people who spammed the search results, which you mentioned, that why I'm not able to see, why you're not able to see is because Google has lost trust on a lot of websites, so they are giving priority to few websites. Unfortunately, those few websites sucks when it comes to giving proper answer, so you are stuck in this loop.
Hmm.
Now because of that, Google is not trusting new websites also, right? Sometimes in luck some websites may rank, but in within and nowadays the thrashing is very quick. At least before, there used to be only few updates once every 6 months or something. Nowadays every month they are just, every time they're releasing something as an
Right.
update. So the small sites get caught up in that. And also other thing is, all these brands have nice SEOs, so they keep a track of which website. So if a low quality website is ranking, they also pump out that content immediately without doing anything. They rank above this
Hmm.
particular low this thing. So that's why startups initially they may see attraction and then it dips down. This is a common cycle. They'll come back to, and then the problem is they go to an agency saying my traffic declined, and the agency collects money. They'll say 3 months, 4 months, and they
Hmm.
finally end up blaming the client itself, saying that you you used AI content, you build a poor backlinks, you didn't optimize your technical. That's why your website got there. It's not like that. They wouldn't even mean who beat these guys. Imagine Amazon beating you as a D2C brand. Do you think your website devalued because you built backlinks or content? No. Google given priority to Amazon, you cannot do anything about it, right?
Hmm.
Nobody can promise that we can beat Amazon on that. You can try, but Amazon can quickly catch up. So that's why I said, if you're a new brand, don't immediately enter into SEO. I've seen in my experience a lot of people burning their fingers on it. Rather, let the brand community form, right? Focus
Hmm.
on, and when you have enough community, when you have at least 1,000 people who can open your mails or a WhatsApp message, then will be a good signal. At that point, whatever you do, some important updates you can share. So those people come back, they may read something which is valuable. Then slowly the thing will pick up. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the sad truth.
Hmm.
But I don't think anybody will say this from agency, for sure. I think agency people will hate me for breaking
Yes,
truth, because that is the truth, right? You cannot bullshit people. So yeah.
absolutely. And that's why probably you should fire the agency.
Yeah.
All right. So, finally, before we close, I just have one last question. Over the years, you have been an employee, you have been an entrepreneur, and now you are an entrepreneur. What have you learned about this art of being an entrepreneur, bringing together people, taking risk, and all those things that comes along with it? What have you understood about it, and how would you advise other entrepreneurs who are listening to you, who are probably thinking about starting something? How would you advise them to approach?
So my usual thing is being truthful. I think a lot of time I have gained more people for telling the truth and also trying to be helpful. I've been mostly teaching or at least sharing my views to the people, so they get attracted to it. So I was able to hire. See, people cannot join a startup just like that. It's a risk, big risk they carry, and these people come from bigger brands. They are not coming. I mean, they had a choice to stick to the other bigger agencies, or they can move on. And these people are like not freshers. These are all experienced people. They have EMIs, they have a lot of bigger things at stake. But they took the risk is because they know about me personally, and I've helped them, and they know that when you say truth to some clients. And also I used to have the habit of we don't close the sale kind of a thing. We tell them the truth straight in the face. Then if
Hmm.
somebody is still interested, then we will work with them, because that will save a lot of time on both sides and in money. So most of the time you burn the bridge with the customer purely because the customer feels cheated by you.
Hmm.
That is when the relationship gets spoiled. And not only one customer relationship, that customer will go and speak to 10 other friends, and your that is gets amplified. So even tomorrow when you grow bigger, if somebody asks a question, they'll simply say it happens during a drinks table or something. When they discuss, they'll say, that agency don't know, they are only talkers, they don't do. It's very
Mm.
simple, because that person has got cheated. So this is when, people react that way. So my perspective is very simple: the moment we say the truth and help people genuinely, right, even if it is less, that's okay, but those people will be like a community. So right now I'm able to attract 60 people. In fact, I can attract 200 people now. We are going slow, because I want to ensure that we have the right customer base and the right this thing. Even if we can easily onboard 100 clients, because we know what is the problem in the industry. But genuinely, we are not doing that, because we are slowly onboarding people who can fit this, and they are also in for the long run, so that they don't get cheated like that, like cheated from a money perspective. In fact, we have a clause also saying that in a month, if our customer don't feel any value coming out of us, we are not going to raise the invoice for them. And this is the thing, I can bet any agency to do this if they are really caring about the clients. That's the way it should be, right? A value exchange. So
Mm.
these are the reasons why we are able to, right now we have like almost 55 clients. Today we closed one deal. So almost 55 clients we have, 60 people, and this is going to, and this happened in 5 months. It cannot, because people are already seeing the results. There are bigger brands which came in. We are able to show the results, and that's the thing. Being truthful. That's all, right?
Got it. Well, on this note, we will close the session. Thanks for joining us, Senthil. A pleasure to have you on a platform and a lot of learnings. I personally learned a lot of things from you, and I'm sure other founders who are listening to us, they'll also learn as well. Thanks for joining. And once again, kudos to the venture that you are building. I'm sure it will make more name and make a lot of noise in the future.
Absolutely, Priya. Thank you so much for having me, and all entrepreneurs, founders. I wish you the very best of whatever you're doing. Just stay strong. Right now, it may be a turbulent time, but a lot of opportunities. So, in case of any second opinion, anything you guys need, feel free to reach out. We are here to help you.
Thank you. Thank you, Senthil.
Thanks, Priya,
Thank
for
you.
having me. Bye.
Thank you.